Hello, welcome to the next edition of Cooking by the Book. My name is Douglas, a librarian here with Baltimore County Public Library, and this is the series where I run into the collection, get a book, check out a recipe, and try to make it. Today we're working with Share and Savor by Kylie Maison Chambers. We are going to make a charcuterie board, which is an elevated cheese plate. So we have a couple dishes I'm going to show you how to make, and we are going to get you ready for game day. In order to prepare for this, we are going to need to roast 2 beets and about 4 heads of garlic. This is really simple. Grab 2 fresh beets. You're going to use a little olive oil. You're going to rub it into the skin. Roll it into tinfoil. With the garlic, you're going to chop the top off of the head of garlic so you can see the inside. You're going to rub some olive oil on top of that, and you're going to roll those into tinfoil as well. Set your oven for 400 and stick them in there for about an hour. The first thing we're going to make is a red beet, avocado, and red lentil hummus. Traditionally, hummus is made from chickpeas. This adds a lot of other wonderful flavors. Charcuterie boards have become really popular as of late. When I was young, my mother just chopped up a block of Velveeta, threw on a roll of pepperoni slices and some Ritz crackers, and that was it. But now we've really elevated it. So I've cooked the lentils and the onions. I let it cook for 25 minutes, and now I've added it to my high-speed blender, and this is where things get really easy. I've got my 2 roasted beets peeled and ready to go. I've got a 1/4 cup of olive oil with a little bit of garlic. I've got 1 avocado that I'm going to scoop in, and I've got a lemon. Now let me tell you a trick that I learned. When you want to squeeze to get fresh lemon juice, most of us are going to want to cut across the middle, and we think that that's the way to do it. No, what I want you to do is I want you to cut stem to stem. Now I want you to kind of hold it because you're going to squeeze it, and we're going to hold it over our bowl. This way, all of the seeds stay inside the lemon, and the juice just kind of rolls down into the bowl. And it's really easy. It ensures that all of our lemon juice goes into the bowl. We don't have to fish out the seeds afterwards, and because it's stem to stem, squeezing is really easy. So just a kitchen tidbit that I learned. So let me just throw my beets in there. Let me throw my lemon juice in. I'm going to throw my olive oil and my garlic right in there. Now I'm going to scoop out my avocado. Remember, you want a really soft avocado, and then that way it's really easy just to spoon right out of the shell. As you can see, and because we're blending this all up, this is going to give it a sense of creaminess. And then, of course, some salt. Salt to taste. I am just going to put the lid on, and we are going to give this a whirl. I've grinded this up, and it has the consistency of hummus. Mine's a lot more reddish in color, I think because my beets were larger. In the cookbook, it was a little more pink, but I think this is perfect. It seems to have the right consistency. It's a wonderful beet color. And so we are going to refrigerate this. Now I am making a white bean spread that has rosemary and Parmesan cheese. We are going to add this over roasted garlic, and we are going to be spreading these on baguette slices as an addition to our charcuterie board. I have 2 tablespoons of butter already melting in my pan right here. I have 1 can of cannellini beans I have drained, added 2 tablespoons of water. I've got some fresh rosemary I'm going to tear up and throw in there, about 1 teaspoon, some salt, and a 1/4 cup of Parmesan cheese. I'm adding the salt and Parmesan at the end after I've heated the beans just a little bit. We want the beans to keep their shape, so don't overcook them. Once my butter is nice and melted, I'm going to add this. I'm going to give it a little bit of a stir. I'm going to throw in some rosemary, and we're going to get cooking. And you can really smell the difference when you're working with fresh rosemary. I'm tearing it apart right now, and I can really get that burst of scent, which you really want to have. And it really kind of will elevate your dishes and also add just a little touch of color to the beans, which we want. We're also going to be spreading some fresh thyme over the top after it's done, which will add another little bit of color to your board. But definitely, if you can, let's go fresh. I'm going to add a little bit of salt, just a taste. This is what my roasted garlic looks like now that I've taken it out of the foil. As you can see, it's got nice and brown, but the top has been completely cut off. So now what I just kind of want to do is I want to squeeze it out of the shells into the base here. And as you can see, it's becoming almost like a paste. We want this to be very soft and we want this to be spreadable. We definitely want to remove any shells and skins. My bean dip is ready. I smell entirely like garlic, so if any energy vampires come by, I am ready to deal with it. And now I'm going to add about a 1/4 cup of Parmesan cheese to my bean dip, and then we are going to assemble this masterpiece, and we are going to see just how wonderful game day is going to be. Perfect. And now we have bean dip. I am getting ready to make you a plate, and we are going to put this thing together. Be back in a few. And now, finally, the assembling. I've added some za'atar to our red beet hummus. Za'atar is a Middle Eastern spice, and usually it's a spice mix that you can buy, and I've sprinkled that on our red beet hummus. I've made some marinated feta ahead of time. This is basically feta in a garlic-infused olive oil with a lot of seasonings. Read, share, and savor. The recipe's in there as well. I've created my charcuterie board: strawberries, grapes, crackers, olives, a little red pepper, carrots, and celery ready to go. And now I just have to finish making my crostini, and then I have got a party ready to happen. So basically, you want to cut a nice slice of your baguette. Take a little bit of this wonderful soft garlic. As you can see, it is now very soft and very spreadable. We can just spread that right on there to get a nice coating of garlic. Just a little bit. We want to be able to have everybody have a piece. I'm going to just scoop out a little bit of my bean dip, and I'm going to slide that right onto my crostini. I'm going to add a little sprinkling of Parmesan cheese and a little bit of fresh thyme. And right there, you have it, a wonderful crostini. I can set this on my board. I can set it on this board next to my plate, but I have got a lot of things happening, and this is really going to feed a lot of people, and it's really filling with the amount of things that we've made. I can make, like I said, I can make a few of these things in advance. I can refrigerate them. I can get ready. The day of, you can just work on your presentation, and that is practice as well. But please, get out there and make this because you are going to love it. I really love Share and Savor. There are a lot of themed boards, but you can mix and match all the recipes. I definitely give it 2 thumbs up. It's a cookbook worth reading and making things out of. Have fun, get out there, and eat some charcuterie.